All right, this one goes. My husband lost his job of 30 years at age 56. Not cool. This should be fun. Oh, the first comment, though. You are old and poor. Good luck. You deserve nothing. Oh, Jesus Christ.
So, yeah, imagine that. Imagine working a job for 30 years, working your way up. My husband started off as he was a drywaller, a painter. He got his contractor's license. He did that with the same company. He was a subcontractor for 20 years. Eventually, they moved him off the field and made him a project manager, which we were so grateful for because hanging drywall is, it's a pretty physical job. And he'd done that for, 25 years because he worked for another company previously. So at the age of, I think he was 56 when this happened, the company that he had been with for 30 years just for we still never knew why, but they just, without any notice, they closed. They gave everybody a week's notice, let them know they would be getting their last paycheck, no gold watch, no, no pension, nothing, just their last.
Wow. First of all, I cannot imagine working at the same company for 30 years. My longest ever employment was 5 years at the same place. That was like a fucking revelation. Not to mention, could you imagine doing drywall just for 30 years? Just drywall. No pension. They gotta have a 401k or something. This is a bit much. That's fucking crazy. 30 years, same company. Wow.
Last paycheck and sent them home. It was shocking, to say the least. We were.
Progressive Commercial Insurance offers
Piece of
affordable
shit.
small business protection. You can receive discounts on commercial auto insurance.
Progressive does not offer cheap insurance. Go ahead and fuck yourself. Sponsored by Progressive.
Stunned at first, just in total disbelief, because up until that point, we felt like we had done everything right. We kind of live by the book. You get married, you buy a house, you save some money, you raise your family, and you go to work every day, you live frugally. And even though we really weren't like planning for retirement, I think we were working towards it because we did save some money. We bought a home, and in our minds, we were going to be able to retire at 62 fairly comfortably. We weren't too concerned about it. We weren't investors. We didn't have a 401k because of the company we worked with. We did have our own IRA, and we had done some things, but when this happened, it just pulled the rug right out from under us. Now we're like trying to figure out how's he going to find another job.
Yeah, they're not too quick to hire a 56-year-old man. Basically anywhere. And 56 isn't even old. I'm thinking this is years ago. We'll see where this is going, but my dad, when my mom and dad both lost their jobs, it was nearly impossible. My dad never recovered. Ever. And unfortunately, a lot of people rely on Social Security, which we know as a younger generation is good luck. Do not rely on that. It's something, but no. The 401k too, you'll do okay. You could cash out of it. At least it's something. They do have an IRA. They do own a house. But man, dude, do everything by the book. And this goes to show you that it's not just the younger generation getting fucked. Like, if you didn't plan accordingly, oh, dude, being older has got to be a nightmare. We'll see where they're going, man. I'm sure they'll bounce back. Maybe.
Yeah, at 50 something years old. And there wasn't a lot of work at that time. So it took months before he was able to go back to work, and he wasn't able to start at the top again. He had to start, at a much lesser wage, but we were just so grateful that he was able to find another job in his field, because he was looking at going back to hanging drywall again, which would have really been tough because he'd been out of that field for 10 years doing that. And
Dude, I wouldn't even want to lay drywall at my age, at 35. Like, I'd have to be booking my own jobs. That's the only way. Like, I couldn't just go work at a company and then be like, here's $32 an hour. This is your life. No way. I couldn't do it. I couldn't fucking do it. I couldn't. I can't. I mean, I guess you do what you have to do. I don't want to say it like that. Okay? Let's not bullshit each other. You need money, you're probably going to take the job. Or at least most people will. That's crazy, though.
it would have been really taxing physically, but you do what you got to do.
True.
So now, fast forward 8 years. He's 64. I'm 63. We're both still working. We would, normally we would have been retired at this point, but here we are. We're working. Luckily, we're both in fairly good health and we can work. But even after my husband lost his job, shortly thereafter, he also suffered from a heart attack. It was genetic. He had an enlarged heart. He didn't even know it was caused by.
It's always the classic story. That's terrible, by the way. I'm sorry about that. I actually recently just lost my father at 62. And my mother passed at 64. I hate to keep bringing it up, but it fucks with you because I'm still relatively young. But what's really crazy is a lot of the younger generation, we realize that this happens, this classic story. Right as we were retired, boom, dead. Right before retirement, boom. You've heard it 1,000 times before she keeps going. I'm sorry about the heart attack thing, but it's just kind of, it's gotten to a point where retirement is like a pipe dream. Let me see. I was in banking. This comment goes, I was in banking for 26 years, saw the writing on the wall. Once you're in your 50s and making a good salary, it's only a matter of time. I switched gears at 57 and went into nursing school. No way, dude. That's awesome. My husband lost his job at 54 when he did, and then he died rather suddenly. His boss loved him and was at the hospital the day before. Jeez, he gets fired and then he's died. It's the classic tale. People are losing their jobs no matter how long they worked anywhere. It doesn't surprise me anymore. Yeah, it's the days of working for somebody for 30 years. I mean, if you do that now as a younger person, say you're 30, if you're 60 and you still work for that same company, holy shit. Disney Channel, a Disney Channel original. That's what that's going to be. I'm not happy about it. Even what I'm doing here. I'm like, I probably, we'll see in 5-10 years. I might have to do something different, which that's like the way society's going. Live life now.
What is it? Atrial fibrillation? Something like that. I'll write it up here because I know I'm saying it wrong. But anyway, it was a genetic defect, and his father also had passed away from it. But it just another, shocker that we weren't expecting. And then if you watch my past videos, I won't repeat myself, but several other things happened as well. So, our life has changed. It's not what we originally planned. And, like they say, life is what happens while we're busy making plans. This is our life. This was not our plan, but we're rolling with it. We're trying to figure it out. And the nice thing about talking about it on my channel, because, it's not easy to talk about. It's kind of embarrassing because up until that point, we felt pretty good about ourselves. We felt like, in our circle of blue collar workers, we felt very fortunate that we were able to save some money. We were somewhat frugal. We never bought boats and toys and, like everybody else did, which that's awesome because they lived their lives and they did all that stuff. And now a lot of them are struggling, but that was their choice. And I would never judge anybody for their choice. I just thought, because we didn't do that, we were a little bit farther ahead. But everybody has their own life to lead, and I would never judge anybody. Don't judge people. I hate it when people judge you and tell you.
Yeah, I like what she said, though, because it is embarrassing to say, hey, we're eating shit, It's hard to admit that. It really is. I've said it here a million times. I lived in a car before, And it does suck. It does. But the cool thing is she's not alone. Even the people that seem like they have it together, they don't. The people who are spending all their money are still in the same spot as they are. So they're definitely not alone. It's happening to. It's crazy. We have this idea as younger people that anybody at that age are just set forever, but that can't be further from the truth. I would say most of them are half of those people, the boomers generation, because that's a big generation. I'd say like half of them. They were the original millennials. Half of those people. The 60s, 70s. You get what I mean? Like, how many of them are in a position, not even this good? How many of them are just full-blown, like, Social Security only, got nothing? Let's go through some of the comments. This is just kind of crazy. This is, there's no more job securities out the window. There are thousands of people that are in your situation, the current situation of our country. You and your husband both have your health. Well, our husband just had a heart attack. After all the child support I had to pay, I mentally prepared to work until I'm 70. I pray my health and mind will stay sharp. Yeah, it's almost like just plan on working forever. It gives you purpose. My father lost his job at a very bad time many years ago. He was 61, laid off from construction. He could not get another job in construction. Yeah, they want young people. I worked most of my life with no savings. I broke my left leg in 3 places. Okay, sorry. Ageism is real. You're in your 50s and 60s. Get ready. Yeah, this seems like a normal thing. I'm going to leave the rest of her video down below. What is it? Resting witch face. Jesus Christ, man. Anyways, solid talk, but shit ain't safe out here no more. At least we know. I'm glad she made this video, because at least us younger people know, hey, don't be too loyal to this job. You know what I mean? Kind of like, it's better to know, because they got sold a real Disney Channel. Like, you think we got sold some bullshit? They definitely got sold some bullshit, for sure. Social Security is going to be enough. 401k is going to be enough. Yeah, okay. Anyways, unreal. Resting witch face. Classic. I wish them the best of luck.